You may have never heard the name Richard Shaw before, but chances are if you live in the Houston, Texas area, or even outside our city limits, you or someone you know has had their lives directly affected by something Richard has done. Along with his wife, or as he calls her, his partner in crime, Ellen Stupak Shaw, they've led a life of defending laborers' rights, immigrants' rights, and the rights of those who are the most vulnerable in our society. An alumni of the University of Houston, Richard began his career as a middle school teacher in the Houston Independent School District, or HISD, at Edison Middle School. His lifelong involvement with unions began there, where he formed a local chapter of the Houston Federation of Teachers. He served as its president from 1975 to 1982. Some of the most rewarding work he recalled wasn't just with the teachers, but also with the janitorial staff and other school workers behind the scenes. This was reflective of his later career and his work with union. Some of Richard's early efforts include the 650 for City campaign to raise the minimum wage. Now, the minimum wage in Houston was important because it would have also reached out to restaurant workers who were not affected by the national minimum wage. He once sat in on a meeting with a number of restaurant owners in Houston, and one of the biggest arguments against it that restaurant owners will use is this idea that if you raise the minimum wage, it will lead to a raise in prices, which could actually hurt their business. Richard, when sitting in a room with them, once said, well, there's this thing called the Whopper test. And the thing is, if you look at the Whopper, regardless of the minimum wage from city to city, it's always $1. And he said, boy, this must be really putting you guys out of business. This has got to be tough. I mean, how can you afford to do it? Oh, must be those fountain drinks. You're getting us with those fountain drinks. Those fountain drinks are too expensive. And he kind of winked and nodded, and they kind of smiled and nodded back because they all acknowledged the truth in the statement, even if they couldn't publicly.